Hey everyone, it's Main here, back again with another IE review. We got another person reach out to me over on Discord asking for an Idleon account overview. So I figured, sure, why not, as we do with all the videos. Again, if you do want your Idleon, your IE, or your toolbox reviewed, feel free to message me on Discord at MainZ is my account name. I move the ZE here, MANEZED. Yeah, just go ahead and message me on Discord. Ask generally what you're looking for, what you'd want to get some advice on, see if we can help you just progress your account or fix some of the things you're struggling with if you are. So today we have he goes on Discord by one. He told me his names were messed up, so I'll just call it by his first character, his nonodeznuts. So we have his account to go ahead and overview, and doesn't look like he gave me really anything in particular. He just said, I was wondering if you could take a look at my Idleon account if you're wondering what I would like to help with, just what to do next. Okay, sounds good. So we'll go ahead and take a look. Looks like he's into World 6 already. So let's see if he kind of rushed through some things that we can try to fix retroactively. Rather, he can go back and do to try to fix. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and jump into it. So let's look. So from this, I don't believe he actually does have some of the pets or some of the companions unlocked. I actually don't know. I'll just not speculate on that. His tools could definitely be using some work. Some of his characters, absolutely. This is something I don't delve into much, but I absolutely should on pretty much everyone's account. Tools are a great way to progress your account, whether you're needing stats for damage or accuracy. Whatever you're lacking, absolutely upgrade your skills that we are able to equip high-level tools in all aspects of the game. He's missing a pickaxe, which means he's missing a lot of strength he could be having, especially on a strength-based character, a warrior. You really should be having these tools. Also, you can get better better stats from an axe, so I'd recommend swapping off of this. Is generally just pretty bad. Wouldn't ever use that. But yeah, upgrade your tools if you can. I mean, you are in World 6, so I suspect you have resources to upgrade these by quite a lot. Honestly, try to get into Void tools for pretty much all your characters. Help progress even further. Try to get into Luster if you can. I don't know if you have the salts to get everyone into Luster, but I mean, you should really be trying to. Void, I suspect, is not going to be that big of an issue for you. So I'd recommend getting everyone into Void tools if you can, and use your upgrade stones on them. Like you haven't some of your tools, you still have upgrade stones you can use into them. So you're missing out on some stats for some damage or pretty much anything you need there. Also, you don't have the splicers on some of your characters. Just buy them from the World of Horse shop. Equip them, use them, and get stats on your character. If you're missing damage, that's how you get damage. Your tools are a big part in how you can upgrade your character and getting more damage. Absolutely. Also, something to mention, the tools specifically, serrated Rex rings are generally just the best tools you can get for all around like skill efficiency, for damage. Obviously, if you need damage specifically, Emperor Opals are better, but you're kind of locked probably by the dungeon is my guess. So yeah, try to get serrated Rex rings if you can. These are probably one of the better tools you can get. Cool. Generally, let's look into stamps. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into stamps real quick. So yeah, 5,300, it's relatively low. Let's look at your Rift. You do have Stamp Mastery unlocked, and you have File Mastery. We'll get into that in just a sec. But you have Stamp Mastery, so you're missing out on some chance to get a Gilded Stamp per day. I'd really, really recommend trying to push stamp levels up even further, like 75, 8,000 is probably a good point for you. If you can push up to 10,000, that'd be really good. I don't know if you can right now, so I mean, it's something to look forward to. Yeah, I mean, you have some stamps that are really, really easy to unlock, like the Stat Graph stamp. I do want to mention this specifically. All of these stats that you get from the stamps are all base stats. So anything that you have to impact all stat percent, for example, the Pearl Seltzer, it'll multiply the stats you get from this. These aren't total stats. These are affected by percent all stats you get from like the Emperor Opals or the Pearl Seltzer, like I mentioned before, or Magma Armor. These will massively increase the amount of stats you get, which, like as I mentioned before, is how you increase your damage, how you increase your accuracy. So, and as well, if you're needing higher skill prints, the base stats, or rather your stats themselves, also provide some efficiency for chopping and mining. I believe catching and fishing as well. So upgrade these, you'll be able to overall boost your account. You won't be necessarily just focusing on damage, but you'll also be impacting skilling by quite a lot. I do want to mention it looks like you are pushing your, at least some of the earlier stamps, you have some pretty high levels on them. Keep that up. Some of the tools, some of the stamps that do require tools, just go back and craft them. That way you can just kind of one and done forget them for a while. Yeah, you are able to upgrade some of these by quite a lot. I mean, this bag stamp, it's only taking a bunch of jungle logs, so I mean, it's one of the easier logs to print. So go back, unlock it, upgrade the stamp even further, and progress that through that avenue. Also, I don't know if you're reaching the 300% multi-resource chance, but if you are missing that, you can check in your skill info over here. You can see the multi-resource chance here. If you click on skill info, click on the respective skill, you see this multi-ore drop chance is 300%. You may be just below this or nearing 300%, but this is one way you can increase your prints, is getting this up to 300% and also increasing just the base mining efficiency or base chopping efficiency. One thing I want to note as well, you should try to get a dust mode print that we are able to upgrade the multi-tool stamp. This will not only impact your mining and chopping, but most importantly, it'll impact your cooking, which we'll get into a little bit. But ladle stamp and multi-tool stamp are the best ways to increase your cooking efficiency. That way you can get more ladles, so you can upgrade your cooking further. So doing good there. Damage specifically, you have the 7-figure followers quest done, so you do have Steve's sword unlocked, and you have the gold food effect stamp unlocked. Those are pretty good, something you can focus on. But again, I think you should really be focusing on upgrading your base stat stamps. Going back and completing this quest for cattle prod, that we can unlock the stat graph stamp, and going into World 5, I recommend trying to unlock the Sash side stamp and the Conjo Charmo stamp. Those are going to require sailing resources, so let's check that real quick, see where you are. Yeah, you're not there for the Conjo Charmo stamp, but I believe one of these, I think it's Fungi Meadows, you'll be able to unlock the Sash side stamp. And I want to check something real quick. Fury Relic, okay. You do have Eldritch Relics, and you do have Fast Rate Tusk, perfect. Ooh, this is a big one. If you need sailing speed, go ahead and upgrade the AD tablet for more sailing speed. As you can see, this gives you sailing speed per 10 items found up to 500 on the slab. So this will massively increase your sailing speed. It's already giving you 244. This will double it, and this will triple it. So if you're running an issue getting to certain islands because you don't have enough speed for it, the 80 tablet is the way you can massively increase that. So go back and do that, and unlock this as Eldritch if you can, is my recommendation to push that. We'll talk more about artifacts in a little bit, but you have the resources to go back and unlock the Sash side stamp, I believe. So try to unlock that, we can get some agility points. Yeah, I'd probably recommend going back, doing your Anvil, getting your points for at least World 2 mobs. That'll probably help quite a lot in pushing your production. I suspect you're probably having issues producing thread to upgrade the vial. I mean, let's go back to it real quick. You're only producing... Sorry about that, guys. You're only producing 3,300 thread per hour, which is a really low amount because, I mean, I imagine you don't have the material cap for it, you don't have enough speed for it, so you really should be going back and upgrading these, that way you can push the vials eventually in the future. I mean, you're into World 6, so I don't see an excuse as to why you can't go back, finish World 2 and World 3 monster vials, the monster-based materials to upgrade your Anvil to increase your points in those. So absolutely recommend going back and doing that. It'll boost your count in the future. You'll eventually need these vials up to 13 just so you can boost overall your the bonuses you get from vials. So try to do that if you can. That should be good for World 1. Let's go back. Actually, I want to check statues. Okay, you do have some Onyx statues, so you're pretty good. I imagine you probably have... You have Choco Chip, and you have the Chip Doublers. Perfect. And you do have those at least the blue cap. So I mean, if you have gems and you are able to buy the ruby cardifiers, I mean, you can do that, or you can wait till you get the rift unlocked for ruby cards to try to push ruby demon genie and ruby poop. that way you're able to increase your crystal mob spawn chance. That'll make your crystal mob farming a little bit easier when you're trying to unlock those Onyx statues. But I imagine you're probably doing pretty good there. You have a 1 in 36 already, so it's not a high priority for you, but something to mention as well if you're trying to Onyx your statues. As well, I do want to mention specifically the Kachow statues. Those are notoriously hard to get, and you only get them from the quest in a bulk amount. So before you deposit anything beyond the Onyx value, so if you were to deposit like 60,000 Kachow statues, hold off on doing that until you get Skinny Zero Cal up beyond 100% chance to double. It doesn't give you like a 3 times chance to deposit, it caps out at 2. So get this up to level 13, first of all, and then upgrade the rest of your vials up to 13. That way you're able to deposit and get double the value from your Kachow statues. Also, since World 6 is out, I'd also recommend waiting to do that. That way you get World 6 statues Onyxed as well. That again, Onyxing statues is going to take you a while, so this is going to be probably a few weeks endeavor before you're able to get pretty much all these up to Onyx. But Kachow statue is something you want to wait on, specifically because they're so hard to get, and the only reliable way to get them is that quest. So yeah, absolutely. I want to check something before we touch Alchemy to see where your prints are. I want to see what your oak logs are. So this character 6.49. Okay, looks like. All right, this is going to be something you absolutely should try to focus, is getting scaling prints. I feel like when you hit World 6, it's kind of a requirement. You need really good prints, because Atom Collider at this point is something you should be focusing on by quite a lot, and you don't have a lot of atom generation from what I'm seeing based on your 3D print, looking at your Atom Collider. So, as always, my biggest recommendation before anything is trying to push Alchemy, specifically skilling bubbles. And as always, Mage is the best class to get good prints out of. So trying to get your bubbles up to, honestly, I'd say 65 to 70% of their capacity, specifically the skilling bubbles. So Mage's best is something you absolutely should be trying to upgrade. Hocus Chopus, Lebrain Tools, Severa Purple, Tree Sleeper are ways you can increase that even further. And like I said before, your best characters, you need tools on your characters so you can get better stats. Your best characters to do this are going to be on your ES. I don't know if you have Doot or not. I imagine you don't. Elemental Sorcerer is the best chopping class to get high 3D prints on. So I'd recommend using Automation Arm, booking log on logs to be the highest value, highest talent level that you can, as well as smart efficiency. This will massively increase the prints you get. That way you have more atom generation from oak logs. And again, you should be printing oak logs as much as you can. Also want to mention this as well. Elemental Sorcerer particularly is good because they can link to 2 gods at once. So Polytheism, you level it up like once, twice, 3 times. It'll change the god that talent is linked to. So you'll be able to link to a divinity here in your talent page, as well as your divinity screen here. So you have Harry Up unlocked. So you should either link to Harry Up or, first of all, just make sure you're linked to Arctis. That way you have the lab bonus there. And also make sure that your talent is linking to Harry Up. That way you have the 3 times printer boost here and the 2 times printer boost from lab, which in total will give you a 6 times printer boost. So if you're a Dootless player, this is how you absolutely juice your prints for getting atom gains, is doing that method. Your Elemental Sorcerer will be your best character for doing that. That way your 3D prints will massively increase. So I would recommend focusing on getting mob vials with your Elemental Sorcerer. So this character right here, let's go back, look at his prints, LOL 1620. So yeah, he's, Jesus Christ, you probably haven't printed these in a while, but I wouldn't recommend printing monster materials. I'd recommend printing logs on your Elemental Sorcerer. Like I said, linking to Harry Up in your talent page and keeping linked to Arctis in your divinity. That way you'll have 6 times printer output. And then upgrade your talents with the talent library to increase your prints for oak logs specifically. That way you can push your atom generation even higher. And then once you have a good print on those, that'll allow you to get to a point where you can start atoming some of these bubbles. Mage is best. I mean, I suspect you don't even have atom generation to sustain clicking this once a day. So I absolutely recommend upgrading your skills, redoing your prints for your elemental sorcerer, and upgrading mage's best every day that you can. Now, I do want to note as well, when your atom generation starts to get high and you are about to upgrade boron, spend all of your atoms in alchemy first, then upgrade boron. What it'll do is it'll soft reset kind of the boron upgrade. So it'll give you more opportunity to upgrade your bubbles. So this will give you 10. This will give you 2 extra upgrades when you upgrade it. When you upgrade it and you go back to alchemy, you'll see you actually have like 10 or 12 or 14 upgrades in alchemy. So this will allow you to click an additional 10 times in that day. And this applies every single time you upgrade boron. So before you upgrade it, make sure you have the atoms to upgrade all your bubbles first and upgrade boron and do more clicks in alchemy before you upgrade it. That'll massively increase the gains you get from alchemy over time as you get more atom generation. So you'll be able to cap out your skilling even faster than you normally would be able to. Now, obviously, you kind of can't upgrade Hocus Shopus because it's not at the atom level. So going back to what I said, get your points in the Anvil to produce nails. That way you're able to get Hocus Shopus to a point where you're able to atom it. And your best characters for the Anvil specifically are going to be your Beastmaster and are going to be your Siegebreaker because they have talent specifically to increase the production speed of things in the town. So you'll be able to produce thread, nails, what have you, even faster, and also allocate your points there into getting speed specifically. Getting speed per hour here. This will increase the amount of things you're able to produce. So if I also want to mention as well, if you have the Infinity Hammer upgrade from the gem shop, which you absolutely should, you can click on the same thing more than once. So you can see I'm producing 3 clicks here. You can kind of split them as well. But this is how you are able to produce a lot of things pretty quickly. Cool. Moving on. Yeah. So yeah, skilling would be a big thing for you right now, is what I recommend doing. And going on to Refinery, I saw you asked for some assistance here. One thing I want to mention is, I know I parroted this before, but the Salt Refinery chart is okay. It's not the best tool, actually. What I'd recommend doing is going into Idleon Toolbox and actually seeing how much your salts you're producing per hour and how much it's costing per hour. So you see redox salts over here. For me, I'm producing 8.25k an hour, and it's costing me 6.13k an hour to produce explosive salts. Same thing here, explosive salts are costing 3.07k, but it's costing me 3.13. So I tried following the Refinery chart and I saw that I was getting kind of behind here. So I don't really recommend following that for now, and actually just recommend looking at Idleon Toolbox specifically. You'll be able to see the cost and production of your salts per hour, so you can adjust that manually. You see, I've turned this kind of, or rather, it's not inactive, but it's still auto refining. I have enough salts to kind of backlog me for a little bit, but eventually orange salts will be upgrading to level 21. They'll be able to outsustain that eventually. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. Good. So that's something I recommend. I think you're out of balance by a little bit, so I recommend doing that in Toolbox because it's a better tool showing you how much you're producing per hour. Also, as well, I do want to mention that. Sorry, 1 second. Just need to mention. Fiance was texting me or calling me. Okay. Yep. So yeah, I'd recommend going and doing that. Just going Idleon Toolbox, you'll be able to see that. Also, when you are having these refineries active, set them to auto refine at 10% so you don't accidentally upgrade them. Cool. And your Death Note, you're in World 6. Like I said, your main focus should be skilling, so I'm not going to really talk about what you should be doing with your Death Note right now. Again, your main focus should be on skilling right now, so I don't want to give you an advice there to sort of throw you off. And onto cooking. Cool. Okay, so you do have a lot of meals you can pretty easily upgrade. I imagine when you hit World 6, you probably got a big cooking spike, so I recommend going through the meals that are taking you the least time to cook. I probably recommend spending like 5 or 10 ladles just to upgrade this. like each meal, like for these first 6 meals, because it's starting to get a little expensive for you. But again, the best way you can upgrade cooking right now is going to be through your V-Man, through this talent right here, which you have booked. So good on you for recognizing that this is important. This massively increases your meal cooking speed based on the total amount of level of your meals. So the more you upgrade this, the more multiplicative bonus it gives you. Also, something I want to look at as well is going back to Alchemy, the Diamond Chef Bubble. So this is not at a point where you get adamant, but it is giving you a massive multiplier. And actually, IE did add a tooltip here at the end of its text. You have 54 diamond plates, which is giving you a 31,392 times multiplier to cooking speed. So Diamond Chef is a really, really good way to increase your cooking speed. I'd recommend probably using a few bargain tags to see if you can upgrade this, because the more cooking speed you have, overall your accounts can be better. And as well, going back to stamps, like I said, ladle stamp and multi-tool stamp are how you get more cooking efficiency. Your blood berserkers should have chef rings and the chef shoes, and their talents specifically should be booked out for overflowing ladle and waiting to cool. That way you have more ladle efficiency and you are able to get more cooking AFK gains. Multi-tool stamp and ladle stamp will give you more cooking efficiency, which means you'll get more ladles per hour on those blood berserkers. Also want to mention the post office box, which you do have this maxed out here. This gives you flat cooking efficiency and a chance for 2 times ladles. So absolutely try to get that if you can. And as well, once you start boosting your atom generation, you'll eventually unlock fluoride, which will give you an even more cooking speed multiplier once you get your meals up to level 30. It's like Diamond Chef, but instead of level 11, it's level 30 plates. So this also, in conjunction with Blood Marrow, in conjunction with Diamond Chef, will massively increase your cooking speed, as well as the multipliers you get from World 6. You see, I don't think you have them yet. Yeah, you get cooking speed, sneaking, the Jade Emporium, I believe, the MSA, maybe MSA, I don't know. One of the bonuses here gives you more cooking speed. Yeah, cooking speed right here. So you're kind of far off from that, but eventually you'll be able to unlock that. I don't have anything in particular to say about the World 6 skills. I think your main focus right now should be really going back to World 1, World 2, focusing on those things and upgrading your account from there, because it seems like they're very far behind where you should be. And yeah, let's touch a little bit more on World 5, sailing specifically. So you have Eldritch Fossary Tusk, which is really important. Like I said, 80 tablets going to be your next big focus, so you get more sailing speed. Additionally, you should really, really, really try to be unlocking Eldritch Frost Relic. At least Ancient right now. Then try to unlock Eldritch Fury Relic. Then go back get Eldritch Frost Relic. It's my recommendation. You need efficiency for your skills so you get higher prints. You don't have atom generation, so the best way to get efficiency is probably going to be Frost Relic for you right now. Upgrading your tools, upgrading your alchemy, upgrading your stamps, and upgrading your talent levels. Talent levels are also another big way to do that. You're missing out on 50 max talent levels, which means you're kind of wasting books at this point because you don't have Eldritch Fury Relic. You should really be hard focusing, trying to push this as much as you can. And from what I can see, you do have 1.53 times artifact find chance, so getting Eldritch Relics are actually going to be really easy for you because of that bonus from World 6. So absolutely try to focus, like spend all your time and effort trying to get Fury Relic. Like this, people underestimate how big talents are. If you need skilling, if you need better skilling, talents. If you need better damage, it's talents. Like talents mean so much in this game, and the fact you don't have 50 extra talent levels from the Eldritch Fury Relic means you're really, really far behind. So that's what I recommend. Yeah, I mean, you have 200 talent levels. You could have this pushed up even further. So you're missing on quite a lot here. So yeah, go back and do it. Cool. Let's go back here. So yeah, your hard focus really should be Fury Relic right now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think we pretty much hit on everything. I don't really want to focus on World 6 because, like I said, your main focus should be on skilling. There's not really a lot for me to say specifically about like sneaking or summoning that could impact you. I think I think the gains that you are getting from summoning are pretty self-explanatory. You should really try to unlock familiar. Just upgrade this if you can, so you get more summoning EXP. It's valuable for getting more essence generation. And you're in green, so you're pretty early into summoning. You're kind of learning the mechanics. There's not really much for me to say there, but eventually the bonuses that you get here are going to be pretty good. So go through it, progress it at your own pace. Yeah. And again, like I said, your main focus right now should be going back, doing stamps, getting your Anvil points upgraded, trying to get nails specifically. That way you can push Hocus Chopus, that we get more chopping efficiency. Upgrade your tools and all your characters, like I said, to at least Void, and use your stones on them. I saw some of your tools you haven't used stones on. Like, this character has 6 upgrade slots left on this hatchet. Like, there's no reason you should have 6 upgrade slots left. That you're missing out on some really free stats there. Specifically for your Elemental Sorcerer, this is where I want you to focus the most. Also, if you have an elite class swap token, I recommend swapping the second Bubo over to an Elemental Sorcerer. That way you can have 2 Elemental Sorcerers. That way you can benefit from 2 characters having 6-time prints. But anyways, on your Elemental Sorcerer, upgrade your tools. I'd say for your Elemental Sorcerer, minimum, get Luster tools. That way you can really juice out your prints even further. Like I said, you're missing out on a lot of base wisdom for your characters, for your Elemental Sorcerer, which means your skilling prints are going to be really low. And like I said, getting Serrated Rex Rings gives you skill efficiency right here. So that'll increase your prints even further on top of that. Get the DNA Splicer, try to upgrade it to the World 2 Splicer if you can. That way you get even more stats. For the food specifically, if you're going for skilling, use the golden grilled cheese sandwiches. Also, if you're trying to push sailing, do the golden hamsters, that we get sailing AFK gains. Go for the golden dumpling, that we get AFK gains on your character. AFK gain rates, this one right here. Yeah, you get all AFK gains up when you do have it here when you're doing skilling. Book your talents. Level up Polytheism, that way you linked to Harry Up. I will show you kind of how that works as well to give you sort of information on that. So if I go here, go to my talents, and if I go here. So you see at the bottom, I have level 3 Polyism, and this is linking me to Harry Up right now. So you can level up your character to level 3, and that'll be fine. It kind of soft resets as you level it up. So you see level 7, Cattle Croc, Bagger, and it rolls back to the Snake God. Then it goes to Arctis, Nobisect, and then Harry Up again. So level 13 here. Level 3, 13, I imagine probably 23 as well. If we go there. It'll just give you more divinity points as you level up. So put it at 3. That's fine. That way you don't waste talent points there. That way you're able to link to 2 gods. You have higher prints, and you're able to push your Atom generation even further. So yeah, like I said, I think your big focus really is going to be Atom generation. You're kind of behind in that aspect. You really need to catch up, because Atom Collider is going to give you a lot of bonuses. Biggest bonus, like I said, is going to be Boron, is going to be Fluoride for cooking speed, and Boron's going to help you upgrade your Alchemy. That way you can push it even further. Alchemy is, as you know, the best way to get damage, skilling, EXP gain, skill EXP gain. Alchemy just has everything, and you're going to need to focus on it sooner rather than later. So absolutely highly recommend focusing on skilling right now, because it'll improve every aspect of your game kind of indirectly. So yeah, don't sleep on it. And also, last thing to mention, to get your Cheese Ore keys up, you're eventually going to need Divine Scarf on everyone, which requires a Cheese Ore Scarf. So get more keys per day, just help you out in the future. There you go. Cool. I think that'll be good. I think this is a good enough stopping point. Hopefully that'll give you enough to focus on. Just a quick recap there. Again, stamps up to 7,500. Alchemy focused on skilling specifically. Atom Collider, you need more Atom generations. So like I said, go back to your Elemental Sorcerer, upgrade them even further, upgrade your talents, upgrade your tools, and that'll be a good stopping point. That should give you enough to work on for the next few weeks. That way you're able to come back. Hopefully you get some more, you get some upgrades in that point. You have some better idea how to progress your account. We can start focusing on damage once you focus on your skilling and get that fleshed out. Hopefully that'll help. Again, reach out to me on Discord if you do have any questions or need some further assistance. I'll be glad to help you. And thanks for watching the video, everyone. Have a good one.